to my show on the YouTube highway. I got all you need. I'm gonna do it my way. But just listen up now. You can turn it up loud to hear my cool album review. But hold on for the good time. I don't need no sad. I got a song for the ages. You be a good or bad. You need the info, well, you'll find it here. Just move over the fast lane, shift your gears. I'm thinking it to y'all from me to you. Cool album review, cool album review.
Hey guys, welcome back to Cool Album Reviews. I'm Joey, and today we have another album review. We're going to be taking a look at Bob Dylan and the Band's Before the Flood. This was a 1974 live album capturing highlights from their North American tour, featuring a lot of great tunes. This is probably, in my opinion, one of the best live albums of all time. First, we're going to talk about a little bit of background. The band backed up Bob Dylan in the early 60s as the Hawks, and they consisted of Robbie Robertson on guitar, Richard Manuel on piano, Garth Hudson on keyboards, Levon Helm on drums, and Rick Danko on the bass. And they were great buddies, and they toured together a lot. And then Bob had a motorcycle accident in '65, which left him off the road for nearly a decade, from what I understand, till 1973, when he recorded the Planet Waves album. This album also featured the band, and they did this record before the tour began, although they didn't play any of the tunes from it in the set list, from what I understand. I will be reviewing that album as well in the future, but it was recorded in Los Angeles, New York. I think Los Angeles and New York both. They had shows, and they compiled the best from those shows to complete this album, and it really turned out well. And I want to talk about now some of the standout tracks for this. I think there are a lot of great arrangements on here. A lot of the songs are the same, but you know, they're not the typical way that you've heard them done so many times. And I'm sorry for being finicky and messing with my hair. I apologize. But anyway, we're going to talk about favorite tracks now. My favorite tracks on this record, probably, well, all of them, really. There's not a bad track on this. the ones that really stand out to me are the version of Don't Think Twice, It's Alright. It's got this frantic guitar by Bob Dylan. He's playing like he's running into a brick wall at 100 miles an hour kind of on this one. And his vocals on it are quite I don't really know how to describe Dylan's voice. He's more of a shouter than he is a singer, in my opinion. I respect Dylan a lot as a songwriter. He's got great talents. Another one that I really like, of course, is most of the band stuff, like The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down, Up on Cripple Creek, and The Weight, of course, is on this one, The Shape I'm In. Just all of the band stuff is just fantastic. The way the arrangements work, they're not really polished because it's live and you can hear that, but one thing I do want to say about a particular track is I Shall Be Released. It sounds like Richard Manuel's voice is suffering just a little bit. I think he maybe drank a little too much whiskey and smoked a few too many cigarettes or something, and he kind of seemed like he was straining a bit to get the high notes in I Shall Be Released. Stage Fright is another great one that they did on this. It's fantastic. Like a Rolling Stone is great. Highway 61, just I think the whole album really is fantastic. I also like how they ended the set with an encore of Blowing in the Wind. I thought that was a fantastic way to end the record, and it just kind of tops off the whole thing. Now we're going to jump into the ratings. Ratings on this, I would have to give it a solid 9 out of 10. I don't know if it's I listened to it on vinyl, I don't know, but some of the levels seem a little shaky in some parts. Maybe that's just me. But overall, I give it a solid 9 out of 10. Definitely recommend picking up Before the Flood. It's a great album for any Dylan or band fan. And if you don't like Dylan, I encourage you to give this album a listen, because it's kind of started to open my eyes a bit the more that I listen to it. And if you don't like the band, well, I don't know what to tell you, because they're one of the best rock and roll bands ever, in my opinion. They had their own unique blend, and the way that Bob and the band worked together on this album is just fantastic. So I've got to give it a solid 9 out of 10 rating, and I encourage you all to pick up a copy of this. If your local record store does not have it, ask them to order it for you, or order it online. It's worth it, trust me. Great album, and I think you'll enjoy it. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you think, and there will be plenty more reviews coming soon. Thank you for joining me today, and we will see you on the next video. Talk to you later.